In this story, we can try to find out our never-ending question, will God answer us?
This is a true story, where a granny was questioning her granddaughter.
As the granny is pretty old, her sense of hearing is reduced.
For one of her question, granddaughter just replied as As the granny thought she didn't reply. Now in a bit of frustration she questioned the same. Now the granddaughter, keeping her mobile aside, said, I replied you.
But the granny argued, no you didn't, I have seen your lips too, they didn't move. Seeing this conversation, I was spellbound. As due to her limited sense capabilities she mistook the situation. So is that the case with us too? Is the ultimate answering all our prayers?
And due to our limited sense capabilities, aren't we unable to comprehend his replies? Quite possible, isn't it?
For example, we all know this story of Sukha Maharshi. He, being a Vijnani, left all the worldly relationships and started off to the forest. His father, who is a Jnani, Vyasa Maharshi himself, was running behind his only relationship.
As the father in plight calling his son.
This physical body of Sukha Maharshi didn't reply, but the trees in that surrounding were replying him.
That is the ultimate, which is in everything, is responding to his plight.
Vyasa, as he is also a Jnani by himself.
He is able to hear. But because of our very limited sense capabilities, we believe that God doesn't ever think about us.
In Bhagavad Gita 2, Arjuna asks that until now he heard what the ultimate is.
Now he shows interest to see him. So Krishna immediately says that he gives him the divine vision.
In order to see his universal form, Vishwarupa Darshan.
Now we clearly understand that with these imperfect senses, we cannot perceive the ones which is ever perfect, and so he is in the other dimension altogether.
In order to see him or hear him, or
with whichever sense you want to know him, there are two ways.
First is to ask him to reveal himself, as Arjuna did, that is complete surrender, so that God himself will provide us the equipment to know him.
Or we ourselves, after intense practices following karma yoga or other prescribed paths,
can attain these capabilities and could know him as Vyasa Maharshi did.
But for all these, the initial step is we need to have belief, and then next steps will be carried on.
So now we accept your limited sense capabilities and cry for him to reveal himself.
As Arjuna did.
Then one fine day, when our energies are now gross enough to manifest as
virtual reality headsets. And so the divine vision is possible. In conclusion, the question, does God answer us? Is answered with resounding affirmation. Yet, the true mystery lies in our readiness to perceive his responses.
As we embrace faith, practice, and openness, we may uncover that God's answers are veiled in the unseen, waiting for us to discern them.
Remember, answers may not always be heard or seen outright. They may linger in the silence, waiting for us to quiet our doubts and listen.
If you have other ideas or thoughts to share with us, we are glad to learn more.
Hope you enjoyed our video, and if so, please share this video for others whom you think could be benefited. For many more interesting and insightful videos, subscribe. Happy learning and sharing.